Hey guys, I got another very high value knife here for review, the Spyderco Byrd Cara Cara. And I am in my backyard doing this review. It is July 2010, and I apologize if there's any background noise, cicadas or a road or whatever. Not a lot I can do about that. It's coming into evening time here. Just getting out and doing some reviewing. So, this knife I got for, well, as you saw the statistics on that page before the review started. It is 3.8 ounces. So for a knife of this size, that is very good. I got this knife I actually got this at at Spyderco's factory outlet store. Actually bought it there, and I got it there for $18. So that is a very high value knife. And really this knife should be compared to the Endura in some respects, because it has a lot of similarities in it. They both have this pin construction that allows you to take it apart. They both have that 4-point clip option. They both have that backlock with that David Boye type detente in there. They both have good jimping. This one actually, this Byrd has a better finger choil here. The Endura just has a flat spot here, which really probably isn't as good of a functionality of using that space. So I like this. It is produced, as you can see, in China. And it's sub-branded. The Byrd line is sub-branded by Spyderco. And really they have very high quality coming out of that factory. Not quite to the standards of most of the Spyderco knives, but very good for Chinese production. It is steel lined, and those steel liners are kind of skeletonized along with the handle. That portion right there that you see that goes through the handle is the only part where they actually took out any metal from those liners. So it's partially skeletonized, kind of. The clip, there's a hit on it. They put that lanyard hole. Here, let me get another blade out to point with. Here is the Spyderco Manix 2. They put that lanyard hole right there on the top, and if you look at the Benchmade Mini Griptilian or some of the other designs, they get it right by putting that lanyard hole off to the side and scooting this up to the top. That way you have much less of this sticking out of your pocket. But one aspect of this clip that is good is that they used screws on there. Not everyone has mini torx bit sets, so, and a lot of people that don't may be left-handed, or they may want tip-down carry. So I think that it's good using screws there just to get a more universal, easier way for the average guy to switch his knife around. As you see, I did have to do a clip job on here. I used a 2-part epoxy resin and pulled that clip off and put it in those, put it in those grooves. On this other side you'll see there's those grooves that are kind of angled that way, and when you put it in your pocket, you pull those across your pocket, and it was going to shred my pockets, so I had to do that. However, even with having to do that, I think that this is still a very high value knife. It's a 8CR13 MOV blade, which is a good steal for this price range. It's pretty analogous, as I understand, to like an AUS 8, so not the greatest rust resistance. It'll rust if it gets wet. However, it does hold an edge very well, and I think it does really well in that respect for the price. I had a friend who was working on a construction site and cut cut wiring, you know, taking wires and cutting it. He cut up drywall. He cut up just lots and lots of stuff. I mean, I think he even chipped some tile off the wall with it just to see how it was doing. That steel was actually on the Benchmade Pika 2. That's a 9CR13 MOV, but they're very, very similar steels. And at the end of the day, that steel was surprisingly sharp. So it did good with that. Okay. Well, another thing to add in here is that if you look at what happened with the Byrd, Raven, Crow lines there, they ended up phasing out these FRN versions and putting in G10 versions. So I don't know if that's a movement that Spyderco is doing with all their Byrd knives or just that line. So if you like this knife, you may want to go out and get it sooner rather than later because of that reason. I know adding G10 to this design would probably add at least an ounce or two. So if you want this lighter weight version, I'd go and get it now. The POU that I'd put this in, the philosophy of use, I'm gonna say EDC tasks, both heavy and light EDC. It can take abuse if you have to give it to it. Could you put this in a tactical loadout? Yeah, I think you can. It's not a blackened blade, so that may be an issue with you. I don't know if you want blackened or not. I mean, if you're in a, well, on the other side, emergency defense, that flash may be good. I know there's a whole debate on that. I don't really want to get into that. But, needless to say, you may scare them off with that flash of steel as you pull out this shiny blade. Collectible, if they discontinue it, it can be collectible. I don't know if they will. Right, it's probably more geared towards a using knife that you're going to use a lot and work with and use hard. So, that's pretty much it. If I forgot things, which I most likely have, I'll try to annotate them throughout the video. And so this is going on my EDC knives for $30 or under playlist, and this is probably my favorite Byrd knife, this exact model right here. It came razor sharp out of the box. I mean, it was amazing out of the box. So, hope that's helpful, and see you later.